Ladies and gentlemen of the American jury and Bulldog Nation, I want to discuss the evidence of voter fraud. In my hand right here is the lawsuit that was filed in federal court in Georgia relative to the Georgia election. It cracks me up that the mainstream media's only comment about this was there were some typos. I can tell you from experience that if you prepare a 103-page lawsuit in a hurried fashion, there might be a few typos. Meaningless. Typos never affect a lawsuit. On page 2 of this lawsuit, a footnote number 1, the same pattern of election fraud and voter fraud writ large occurred in all the swing states with only minor variations. See expert reports regarding Michigan, Pennsylvania, Arizona, and Wisconsin. See William M. Briggs' declaration attached here as Exhibit 1, report and attachment. Indeed, we believe that in Arizona, at least 35,000 votes were illegally added to Mr. Biden's vote count. Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, Giuliani and Sidney Powell are loading up these lawsuits with expert reports. There's lots of evidence, affidavits. This in the Epic News or the Epic Times. Voter fraud allegations. Universal mail-in ballots, easing of mail-in restrictions, poll workers obstructed, electronic voting systems, potential foreign influence from China, media and big tech, 4 years of campaign against Trump, ballots. In a sworn affidavit filed in Georgia, a poll watcher with 20 years experience say there were pristine ballots during the state's recount, noted markings for the candidates in these ballots were universally uniform. 98% for Biden. Perfect black bubbles. That had something to do with Georgia. No signature verification. Poll workers in Michigan, Georgia said there was no effort to verify signatures. Tens of thousands of ballots arrived overnight from an out-of-state license plate to Michigan, Wayne County at 4:30 a.m. Poll worker, I specifically noticed that every ballot I observed was cast for Joe Biden. Ballots counted multiple times, a witness in Michigan. Backdating of ballots in the city of Detroit. In Pennsylvania, analysis of the voter database shows that more than 51,000 ballots were marked as returned just a day after they were sent out. How's that happen? Votes counted after deadline. Electronic voting machines, easy to manipulate, manual settings, servers not hardened, outdated operating system, Venezuela ties. What they did is these are the same voting machines that were used to get the election for Chavez in Venezuela. No employee oversight, hacking risk, broken certification process. There's more. You ready for this? The main certification agency in the United States, the Federal Election Assistance Commission, maintains a very small staff. Listen to this. This is from Klobuchar and Coons, 2019. Following the resignation of Ryan Macias, public reporting indicates that the EEAC now only employs one full-time staff person overseeing the certification process. You don't think he can win? With 79 electoral votes between them, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Michigan, Wisconsin, Arizona, and Nevada will decide the election. Why this is important? If the United States caves to corruption of this type of election integrity disaster, then no election will be secure from here on out. The massive amounts of affidavits that we see in these cases show there was, in fact, fraud that took place. Trey Traynor, Chairman, Federal Election Commission. The Supreme Court released a list of circuit assignments that shows conservative justices Alito, Thomas, Kavanaugh, and Barrett will handle emergency appeals from 4 of the 6 states Trump's contesting: Pennsylvania, Georgia, Michigan, Wisconsin. The New York Times, in talking about these results, a commentator, Woody Jenkins, Georgia shows Biden picking up 16 tranches of exactly 4,800 votes each over the course of over a few days. How'd that happen? A similar fate unfolded in Pennsylvania, except there were 44 tranches of vote dumps, each with 6,000 votes. This is unbelievable. This is truly unbelievable. By the way, election recounts, folks, if you're not verifying the signature, these recounts are meaningless. That's why they don't change anything. Election recounts have nothing to do with what we're talking about. So people say, oh, the recount went through. It doesn't mean anything. It's almost, Joe Biden, last but not least, Joe Biden won 16.7% less counties than anybody in the history of the president who allegedly won. How do you do that? How do the Republicans pick up House seats, win state houses, and Trump loses? There are statistics experts that are part of these records of these lawsuits that are going to attest that it is statistically impossible. And you know what I'm hoping? The Democrats are not filling up the record with counter affidavits, thinking, it's no big deal, no big deal. Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jury and Bulldog Nation, this is scary, scary stuff. And this ain't a third world country. The United States, with Jimmy Carter and others, have been famous to go watch other foreign countries' elections to make sure they're fair and safe. Well, I say this, we need to get our own house in order first. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Keep fighting.